circuits are busy now. Will you please try your call again later? We're sorry. All circuits are busy now.
PDX-19 to all base and vehicle units. Priority 1 message, the Portland area has been hit with a major earthquake. Vancouver 47, are you available for travel with Portland?
PDX-19, this is Vancouver 47. I live on the ridge and I can see the interstate bridge is down and traffic is stopped.
Vancouver 47, copy. Get the generator started so we can keep the radio batteries powered for communications. Check your antenna mast as well if you can.
PDX-19, copy.
Gladstone 2, are you available? Make sure to switch to simplex and check in with your regional area.
Gladstone 2, copy. We are reporting no power to the house, running on battery backup. Cell phones aren't working. Gladstone 20, 34, and 12, all of
Communication. The imparting or exchanging of information or news. Means of connection between people or places.
The more sophisticated our systems become, the more fragile they become. Radio is one of the most resilient communications technologies we have. When the power is out and telecommunications are down, radio can serve as a vital resource in support of emergency responders and survivors during a disaster.
There has never been a time in history when mainstream communications relied on a single thread more than now. In the past, home phones were independent from other services, often still functioning after a power outage. However, modern landline phones, as well as mobile voice, text, browsing, and email all rely on internet, grid electricity, and even telecommunication services. In today's world of climate change, terrorist organizations, and political instabilities, the balance between peace and despair is uncertain. Earthquakes and severe storms, recently Maria, Katrina, Ike, Irma, and Harvey, ripped through communities, leaving residents with a broken life and no communications at all. Statistics show that most of us use cell phones as our only source of communications. However, the vulnerabilities of the cell phone services tend to be the first to fail during an emergency incident. One characteristic that can make the cell phone system unusable during widespread emergencies is its limitation of simultaneous calls. When the demand of calls exceeds the site's capabilities, users won't get through. In New York City on September 11, 2001, cell phone communications was virtually unusable in the most desperate times of need. Unfortunately, this consistent pattern is by no means the most vulnerable part of cell phone communications. Cell sites rely on a few vital necessities, all of which hang vulnerably on utility poles strung out across the country. Grid electrical power. Telecommunication and internet lines provide the phone and data services. Wireless equipment consists of the transmitter, receiver, antennas and transmission cable. A moderate emergency routinely renders this multi-billion-dollar cell phone network useless for the critical time period surrounding the incident.
Difficult, but not impossible.
We believe an independent form of communications is essential, acting as a resource multiplier that is vital to extending your reach to others, yet it's the least discussed subject in emergency preparedness. Today I'm going to introduce to you alternative radio systems with features and capabilities usually reserved for government entities. The Preparatory Emergency Groups or PEG radio systems offer a new approach to reliable civil communications systems. Some of you may have tried radio services such as CB, FRS or MERS and quickly found that the range claims and performance is way off the mark. GMRS and amateur radio offer a bit more, but neither are a universal solution when used in a civil preparedness role due to rules and regulation restrictions. Although radio is the most reliable and cost-effective alternative, the interests of most preparedness-minded folks isn't necessarily radio enthusiasm.
Radio is a tool,
Technical knowledge,
not a toy.
limited neighborhood coverage or sharing a borrowed radio system with other public users. Unlike the personal radio services and systems used by government agencies, PEG systems are uniquely different, placing a professional, wide-area radio system in the hands of any authorized civil user. No classes, individual radio licenses or technical knowledge necessary. PEG-specific hardware eliminates the complexities of a conventional radio system. A single group license covers all authorized users of this private radio service. User IDs, protocols and procedures are set by the group, not by a community of outsiders. The National Intergroup Channel allows for communications with other PEG licensed groups. PEG users have priority use of the channels within 75 miles of the coverage area. Many offer local emergency reporting, including power outages, road closures and traffic, storm damage and similar incidents that can be vital information for you and your family. By simply changing channels, authorized users can talk within the neighborhood, inside the town, throughout the county or even the state. Never before has a radio system joined so many resources. Designed specifically for emergency preparedness, general safety, community notification alerts, and public service organizations such as REACT International, Community CERT Teams and the United Civil Emergency Services Agency, to name just a few. Unlike an online social media group, PEG radio systems can join together local communities for information and support, with a real-world, vital link that would unlikely be made without it. Dramatically increasing one's resources and situational awareness by being far more informed about emergencies and incidents that may impact the lives of those in the community.
EDX 19 copy, GoPro 12 standby. We have a group of volunteers helping relay messages and check-ins. Hold on primary channel.